Hello, it's Dale Beaumont here from Get Published TV. Thanks for coming back and tuning in to another episode. This is the only dedicated show on the internet to help you to write, publish, and market your own best-selling book. Now, in our last episode, we were talking about bonuses, offering an incentive, an ethical bribe as we called it, for people to come to a website and to build a relationship with you as the author or you as the self-publisher. And we spoke about all the reasons why that's such a great thing to do. Now, I'm aware that some people have negative opinions about this. Some people may think that it's a bit tacky, it's a bit, a bit lame to do it. But at the end of the day, let's put that kind of conversation aside, because I believe that you can do it in a very classy, a very ethical way. And it's actually a way that you're able to help more people and make a bigger impact, to be able to touch that person's life in a much deeper and a lot more meaningful way, and to reinforce the principles that you share or your messages for a much longer period of time. So, I think that if you do it in the right way and you don't kind of, trash your book with a whole lot of, marketing and promotional stuff, you do it in a clever and sophisticated way, then it's a very, very smart thing to do. Okay, so it is about finding that balance. So I recognize, the negative comments that may be out there, but if you just push through that, you'll find that there's a much bigger opportunity that's out there for you if you embrace this idea and concept. All right. Let's now talk about how this whole thing works if you're a non-fiction writer. So this is kind of what many non-fiction writers are actually doing right now. Friend of mine, Brendan Nichols, this is his book here, How to Be Rich Working 2 Days Per Week. Great title. Now, he chose not to put anything on the front cover because he wanted to keep it clean, he wanted to keep it nice. But on the back cover here, he's got get $842 worth of free bonus gifts. Visit richesfrombusiness.com. So he's done that, and he's also got a number of references in the book as well. I spoke about my friend Stuart Zadell with this book here, Think and Grow Rich. You've seen this example here of one of my books, which gives away $247 worth of bonus gifts. And this is actually a book which is very interesting. A lot of these other books are self-published. This is a book by a major publisher. So finally, some major publishers are now catching on because they understand the value of allowing authors to build their own following, they build their own database. Because if a publisher has a person signed on a 2-book deal or a 3-book deal, then they're going to get the benefit out of that author, enabling them to build their community, because then they're going to be a ready-made audience for the publishers to sell to when they have book number 2 or 3. This one here has, with bonus material, valued at more than $350. So again, this book is by a major publisher. So finally, they're starting to catch on. So what can you actually give away? That's the big thing. A lot of people say, got the idea, got the concept, but what can I give away? Well, one of the things that you can do is you can give away a workbook, because a lot of people actually, and I don't kind of typically like it too much myself, but they have a lot of blank lines in the book where they expect you to kind of fill in the blanks and to write your thoughts and write your input. To be honest, people just don't do it. They don't fill them out. Maybe 1 in every 20 people will fill in the gaps. Most people don't do any of your exercises. I'm sorry to say. Part of it's because that people are busy and they want to just focus on the reading. They don't necessarily want to do all the exercises. But there's something in our DNA, something in our psyche that maybe it was when we were brought up at school where they said don't write in the books, don't write in the books, that we feel weird about writing in books. So rather than actually leaving all this blank space in the book with all these lines and expecting people to fill it out because they don't, why don't you just say, in the first chapter, we've also developed a companion workbook. And if you want to be able to do activities on all of these different points, then you can refer to the workbook, which you can of course update whenever you like if there are any changes. And then that way people have both the physical book and also they have an accompanying workbook as well. Very, very clever thing to do. Now, I realize this can take a lot of time, so I'm going to rush through these other ones very, very quickly. The next thing is checklists. Checklists are really simple to create, but very potent, very valuable bit of information that you can be giving people. So let's just say you had a book about time management, and you had, here are the 7 things that you must do when you wake up in the morning in order to maximize your success. You know, you can list them there, but to say to download a free wall poster, or to download this checklist in you know, in card form so you can stick them on your desk or whatever, then go to the actual website. Or if you want to access my you know, 37-point checklist on how to save time when you're packing your suitcases to travel overseas. I'm just making this stuff up on the top of my head, but that could be another thing that you could do. Now that only could be 2 or 3 pages long, but that's extremely valuable. You know, you could be charging, maybe not charging, but you could be saying the value of that checklist is $30 or $50, because for someone else to sit down there and rack their brains about the 37 things that they must do in order to save time when it comes to packing for their next travel, that'll take someone, you know, months in order to develop a checklist like that, and lots of mistakes and trial and error, where they could just go, wow, yeah, if I could just go to the website and get that for free, how cool would that be? So we've got workbooks, we've got checklists, we've got articles. You know, you might, you know, not want to have a 400-page book. You may want to take out some content and say, you know, I've actually written an article that explores this conversation. It's one of the bonuses which I give away, and you can mention again that website that you're going to refer people to. You can also have an audio book, so you could give that away for free, or it may not be the audio book, but it may be an interview with you about your book. You could actually do interviews with other experts. So if you're talking about a particular area, so this one's about your family, your money, and these people happen to be accountants, but let's just say that they were talking about wills and they wanted to talk with a lawyer. Now they could put some brief information there in the book, but they can say that we've also just did an hour interview with you know, one of the country's best legal experts to explore this subject and hear what they've got to say. Go to the website and download your free interview with our legal professional. You can also get someone to interview you, like I mentioned, so you can interview them or they can interview you about your book or about any specific aspect of your book or about even you personally. You can also have an extra ebook attached to it as well. You could also have you could have some royalty-free information that you may want to give away. Many books such as Acres of Diamonds and the Acres of Diamonds. There's probably a bunch of other ones. The Common Denominator of Success is another one. Sorry, I've just lost my thought there. But a lot of these books now are now royalty-free, which means that you can give people access to those books as well as additional bonuses. So is your mind expanding now? Are you starting to see that, you know, there's an opportunity for you to have 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 things to give away? In my opinion, you have to have at least 5, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. But let me just continue here. Another one is tickets to a live seminar that you can give away. Maybe you have a 3-hour workshop, or you maybe have a half-day seminar that you're going to give away for free. Or what you can do is you can actually have bonuses from other people, not from you. You don't have to create all of these yourself. See, what I've done in my books is most of mine I've got, you know, somewhere between 5 to 8 bonus gifts, and I've got lots of different authors that contribute to my books. Now, I didn't create all the bonuses. I asked the different authors, would you be willing to submit a bonus that we will then give away? And a number of the people said yes, and that's where I got mine from. So if you've written about anyone else in the book, then call them up or send them an email and saying, hey, do you have anything you'd like to give away for free as a value add? And with that document, you can put in your name and your email address on that document. So it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win for the reader because they get something for nothing. It's a win for you as the author because it value adds your book and it encourages more people to come and build your database. And it's also a value add from the creator of that particular content because then they're getting access to new leads and new information, new potential customers that are then going to visit their website as a result of downloading one of the free bonus gifts. So that's a bit of an overview of some of the things that you can offer. Now there's probably a whole lot more. That's not an exhaustive list, that's just a start, but hopefully it should get your mind thinking to say, you know what, I can actually have a bunch of free bonus gifts that I could give away to encourage people to visit my website and to share their contact details in exchange for all that information. A very, very smart thing to do. I've run out of time on this video. I'm going to continue the conversation on another video. We're going to look at this aspect from a fiction point of view as well, because some of you may be thinking, oh yeah, it works great for non-fiction, but what about fiction? Well, it will work for you as well. So make sure you come back and keep watching Get Published TV. We're going to talk about it from a fiction perspective. This is Dale Beaumont. That wraps up this video. Leave us your comments. If you've got any ideas that you want to share or something that you're thinking of adding to your book, then please leave us your comment on getpublishedtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. That wraps up today's video. See you next time.